Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Śrīvāsadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we are continuing our study of Shri Bhagavad Gita, and we are on chapter number 7 right now, which is entitled Knowledge of the Absolute. And we'll start from verse number 13. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun Tribhir Gunamayer Bhavair Ebhi Sarvamidam Jagat Mohitam Nabhijananti Mam Ebhya Paramavyayam. Lord Krishna is saying that deluded by the three modes of material nature, Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun, mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance, deluded by these three modes, Mohitam Nabhi Jananti. The whole world does not know me because Mohitam, they are bewildered by the three modes of material nature. These three modes of material nature are very subtle, my dear friends. They don't come announcing, oh, now you are in mode of ignorance, beware. They don't say, now you are in the mode of passion. Now you are in the mode of goodness. They don't announce themselves. They are very subtle and they have us under their control. We are being tossed from one place to the other. Sometimes predominantly goodness, sometimes predominantly passion, sometimes predominantly ignorance. They're always there. Tribhir Gunamayar Bhavayar. Ebhi Sarvam Idam Jagat. Not just one or two people. The whole world is bewildered. And therefore, we do not know Krishna, who is Mam Ebhya Param Avyayam. He is above the modes of material nature. He is Gunatit and Avyayam. He is inexhaustible. But we don't know Krishna. Why? Because we are completely bewildered by the modes of material nature. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the whole world is enchanted by the three modes of material nature. And those who are under the influence of the three modes of material nature, which is all of us, they cannot really understand how Krishna can be beyond the modes of material nature. We see Krishna also through the lens of the three modes of material nature. And we judge Krishna. Why Krishna did this? Why Krishna didn't answer my prayers? Why this is happening? We apply our mundane rules to Krishna. We superimpose our worldly experience on Krishna. So that is our problem. Srila Prabhupada writes in the last paragraph of this purport, there are many different kinds of living entities, human beings on this earth. Then there are higher beings also, more powerful. They are called devatas, demigods. And then there are lower species also, like animals, trees. And each and every one of them is under the influence of material nature. Everybody is under the influence of material nature. Correct? Everybody agrees? We are all getting old. We may not like it. We may have the perfect haircut. And now we hope that, oh, my hair should remain like this forever. But no, the hair is going to grow. The hairstyle will go away after some time. We may want our physique to be in a particular way, how it was when I was 16 years old. But that's not the case. Why? Because we are under the control of material nature. Material nature is controlling us. We are completely under control. We will get disease. We will get old, even though we don't want it. Everybody. We are under the control of nature. But nature is under control of Krishna. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharachara. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gītā, under my control is nature. In Vrindavan, there are 6 seasons. And in different forests of Vrindavan, these 6 seasons are always manifested. And Radha and Krishna, in one day, they enjoy all the 6 seasons. All the 6 ritus they enjoy in different forests. They enjoy spring, they enjoy summer, they enjoy monsoon, they enjoy autumn, they enjoy pre-winter, they enjoy winter, everything, all the seasons they will enjoy in one day. Because Prakriti is not controlling Krishna, but Prakriti is controlled by Krishna. Prakriti exists to give pleasure to Krishna, to serve Krishna. That is a fact. So that is a difference. Now, if we become completely Krishna conscious, if we completely surrender to Krishna, and we always want to serve Krishna, then we also become transcendental to the 3 modes of material nature. We also become Gunatit. A pure devotee is also directly under the control of Krishna and Krishna's internal energy. Daivi Prakriti Ashrita. Mahatmanas Tumam Partha, Daivi Prakriti Ashrita. We also come under the control of Krishna's Ladini Shakti, pleasure-giving potency. And then no longer we are under the material modes of nature. Like pure devotees, Srila Prabhupada. They are not in mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. They are beyond the modes. Mam chayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatitaya brahma bhuyaya kalpate. They operate on the transcendental platform. So that is the journey, how we can go from being under the modes of material nature to beyond the modes of material nature. And how do we do that? By becoming completely conscious of that personality who is the controller of the modes of material nature. And that is Krishna. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharachara. This is further explained by Lord Krishna in verse number 14. Very important verse. We should all memorize this verse. So verse 14. Daiviyesha gunamai mama maya durattaya mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Daiviyesha gunamai. Krishna is saying that this material energy, Maya Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, is not some illusory potency, or it is not fake. Brahma, Satya, Jagat, Mithya. That is not true. This Jagat belongs to Jagadish. This Jagat belongs to Jagannath. So it cannot be false. It is real. But the manifestations of material world are transient. They are temporary. But it is not unreal. It is not an illusion. It is definitely existing. This material world exists, our experience exists, they are true, but they are temporary, they keep changing. Whereas the spiritual world doesn't undergo such vikar, such transformations. Only the material world. Here there is creation, there is maintenance, there is destruction. In the spiritual world, there is no creation, there is no maintenance, and there is no destruction. Because there is no influence of the modes of material nature. Creation happens under the mode of passion. Maintenance happens under goodness. And ignorance causes destruction. But because these three modes of material nature do not exist in the spiritual world, there is no creation, there is no maintenance, and there is no destruction. It's a completely different world. We cannot imagine how spiritual world is being in the material world. We cannot imagine. For example, hyena living in the forest of Africa, or a anaconda living in the forests around the Amazon River in South America. Can they ever understand how Zoom works? Can they ever understand how Zoom works? How you get a laptop, you connect it to the hotel Wi-Fi, you go to the internet browser, you go to the Zoom website, you put your username, your password, and you start a meeting, and you open another browser, and you open Bhagavad Gītā as it is by Srila Prabhupada, and you discuss those verses with a group of like-minded devotees. Can an animal in the forest ever fathom what is going on here? And how Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Parsana Chitra Mataji are joining from Fort Lauderdale. How Purnima and other Matajis are joining from India. How Ricky is joining from Central Zone. You know, how Divya Mataji is joining from Atlanta. I am joining from a village in South Georgia. How from different places we are joining together and we are hearing each other in real time. An animal cannot understand how this is working, how to do this, or what we are doing, what we are discussing. It's beyond their comprehension. Similarly, my dear friends, this is a comparison in the material world. We cannot even imagine what is going on in the spiritual realm, how things operate, how there is no birth, old age, disease, death, how the bodies are spiritual. There is no need to go to answer nature's call. There is no need to put perfumes and deodorants. There is no need to brush teeth. These are spiritual bodies. Unimaginable how this is happening. How there is no past, present, and future in the spiritual world. These things we cannot understand because our intelligence is limited. So Krishna's nature, Krishna's energies, both external energy and internal energy, they are divine. Everything about Krishna is divine. Because Krishna is divine, Krishna's energies are also divine. So we can all appreciate that Vaikuntha or Krishna's internal potency is divine. But Krishna's external potency is also divine. Krishna is himself saying, Daivi Hiyasha Gunamai Mama Maya. Krishna's Maya, external energy, Gunamai, made up of these three modes of material nature, Sattva Gun, Rajagun, Tamagun, Gunamai, is Daivi. Daivi means divine. Srila Prabhupada is translating this divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is Duratyaya. Duratyaya. Duratyaya means very difficult to cross, very difficult to overcome, very difficult to defeat. Duratyaya. So how do we approach Krishna? If Krishna's illusory energy or bewildering potency or this external energy which has enchanted all of us is very difficult to overcome, then what hope do we have? We have eternal hope. We have a lot of hope. There is always hope. We are never without hope. Why? Because Krishna is saying, Mam evaya prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Mam evaya prapadyante. Prapadyante means to surrender. If we take shelter of Krishna, if we surrender to Krishna, if we say, hey Krishna, please protect us. We want to be with you. We want to serve you. Please accept us. Hey Krishna, Hare Krishna. If we surrender to Krishna like this, then Krishna will accept us. Mam evaya prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. This maya, which is duratya, which is impossible to cross beyond, tarantite. We are able to cross beyond it simply by taking shelter of Krishna, simply by depending on Krishna, simply by praying to Krishna, simply by becoming Krishna's. Oh Krishna, I am yours. Please accept me. Then Krishna will take us under his shelter. Daivi hiesha gunamai mama maya duratya. Although the attractions of this world, our tendency to forget Krishna, our tendency to perform sinful acts is very powerful. Still, Krishna is saying you have hope. Just surrender to me. Just pray to me for help. I am there to help you. We should all do this in our life. Give it a try. If we pray to Krishna, Krishna will help us. And in my abominable life, I have experienced this so many times. And I know so many devotees who have experienced it in different ways in their life. So many times I have been in deep trouble, very difficult situations. And just by praying to Guru and Krishna, I am protected. I am sheltered. I find a way out. I am able to overcome the difficulty. I am able to see light at the end of the tunnel. I am able to carry on. Life can be very difficult, my dear friends, very difficult. In this world, there is no happiness. The creator of this world himself is saying, Lord Krishna tells Arjun, Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvama. After having obtained this material world, which is anityam asukham. Everybody is searching for happiness in this world, isn't it? Anandamaya bhyasa. It is a nature of every living entity to search for happiness. And we are all searching for happiness in this world. That's why we want to have a good job, good education. So we have respect in society. We have a good salary. We have enough money to take care of ourselves, food, shelter, clothing. We want to be comfortable. We exercise so we don't fall sick. We follow Ayurveda. We follow healthy diet so we don't fall sick so much. Why? Because we all want to be happy. But actually, in this material world, there is no happiness. It is like a cancer patient who has stage 4 cancer and who is going to die in 6 months or less. Very advanced cancer. And we are all on hospice. Because all of us have got a diagnosis of death. Is there anybody who is going to survive? No. All of us on this Zoom call are going to be dead in few years. All of us. There are 17 participants. We are all dead. It's just a matter of time. Today or tomorrow. In 100 years from now, is anybody going to be alive here? No one. So we all have got a diagnosis of death. We are going to die. 100% mortality guaranteed. So we are like a patient who has a terminal disease. Now, sometimes these patients who are on hospice, they have good days and they have bad days. Sometimes the pain medicine works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they have good appetite. Sometimes they don't have good appetite. Similarly, sometimes in this world, we have a good day. Sometimes we have a bad day. Sometimes we are successful. Sometimes we are not successful. Sometimes we are honored. Sometimes we are dishonored. Sometimes we have it our way. Sometimes things don't go our way in this world. But regardless, our life is going to be finished. And everything that we have acquired is going to be taken away from us at the time of death. Can Steve Jobs enjoy the Apple, iPhone 13 or 14, whatever it is, the latest? Can he enjoy? He created iPhones. He developed them for some time, but then death took him away. Can JFK come back and enjoy one day in the White House? Can Indira Gandhi come back and enjoy one more day? I just want to enjoy one more day as the Prime Minister. I want to experience one more day as Prime Minister of India. No. No. In this material world, there is no happiness. This is a fact. And this we have to be convinced. Because Krishna is saying, Nityam, Sukham. We are all looking for happiness in this world. And Krishna is saying, my dear friends, there is no happiness. Sukham. Sukham means happiness. Sukham means no happiness. Krishna is labeling this world Sukham. Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvama. He's telling Krishna. Krishna is telling Arjun. After coming to this world, which is temporary, and there is no real happiness in this world, just worship me. Just surrender to me. Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya. Having obtained, bhajasvamam. Mera bhajan karo. Govindam, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam, mudamate. Bhaja gaurango, kaho gaurango. Lo gaurangera namare. Je jana gaurango bhaje. Se hai amar pranare. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Bhajo bhajo bhai chaitanya nitai sudrida vishwasako. We have to worship Krishna, take shelter of Krishna. There is no hope otherwise in this material world. We are simply looking for happiness, and we may be Prime Minister, we may be President, we may be CEO of the biggest company in this world. But everything will be taken away at the time of death. Everything will be taken away. Because this world is like that. It is designed to frustrate us. Can a cancer patient who has terminal cancer ever be happy? Is there any happiness in that life? No, but we still try to be a little comfortable and be pain-free and as much as possible and minimize suffering. That's how we are, my dear friends, in this world. We are all having a bad bargain. There is nobody in this world who has a good bargain. We all have bad bargains, and somehow we are making do with it. We are looking for happiness, and there is happiness, but it is not in this world. It is in the world of Krishna. And this has to be experienced. First, we have to experience, first we have to understand that there is no happiness in this material world. Only then we will give a fair try to Krishna consciousness. As long as we think I am happy in this world, I am comfortable in this world, or there is happiness in this world, I just have to find it. Just have to find that right balance in this world and I'll be happy. As long as we have this mentality, we will not take Krishna consciousness seriously. As long as we think our spouse, our parents, our children, our brothers, sisters, relatives can give us happiness, can make us happy, money can make us happy, getting citizenship or green card of a country can make us happy. As long as we have all these ideas, we cannot really practice Krishna consciousness. To practice Krishna consciousness, we must be convinced that this material world is a place of misery. I am frustrated in this material world. This is really required. When this comes, only then with an open heart, we can explore Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we have one foot in material enjoyment, and with the other foot, we are testing the depth of the water. Is it nice? Is the swimming pool nice? Is the water nice and warm? Can I come in for a dip? We're testing it out. Testing Krishna consciousness. Nice, nice. Sometimes on Saturday, I hear some katha. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I chant. But we cannot seriously surrender ourselves to Krishna Bhakti unless and until we have got that desperation that I don't have anything else. Nothing else is going to make me happy. Nothing else is going to satisfy me. This is it. This is the only thing. Krishna, you are everything to me. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. That has to come. Daiviyesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya. Mam Evaya Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says the word Mam Eva are also significant. Mam means unto me, Krishna is saying. So unto Krishna, not to any other devata like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma or Lord Ganapati, no. Or Mother Durga, no. Srila Prabhupada quotes from the Vedas, Mukti Pradata Sarvesham Vishnur Eva Na Samshayah. That Mukti can only be given by Krishna, by Lord Vishnu, no one else. In fact, in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned the story of Muchukunda Maharaj. He fought for the devatas, for the demigods. For a long time, many, many years, he fought for them. Then, finally, when the demons were defeated, the war was over, the demigods asked Maharaj Muchukunda, what can we give you? Ask for anything, we will give you, except Mukti. It's there in Śrīmad Bhagavatam. They say, except Mukti, you ask for anything. Why? Because they cannot give Mukti. Hiranyakashipu did so much puja, so much tapasya. When Lord Brahma appeared, Lord Brahma asked, what benediction do you want? Hiranyakashipu said, I want to become immortal. I never want to die. Lord Brahma said, even I die. So I cannot give you immortality. Ask for something else. Therefore, immortality or mukti, eternal life, can only be given by Krishna. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnur eva na samshaya. There is no doubt that only Lord Vishnu can deliver everyone. Therefore, Krishna's name is Mukunda. Mukunda, one who gives mukti. Verse number 15. Now, there are 4 types of people who don't surrender to Krishna, and there are 4 types of people who surrender to Krishna. This is mentioned in Sri Bhagavad Gītā chapter 7, verses 15 and 16. So let's look at them. Verse number 15. Namam dushkritino mudaha prapadyante naradhamaha mayaya parhita jnana asuram bhavam ashritaha. Those miscreants who are mudha, foolish, those who are nar adhama, those who are lowest among mankind, those who are mayaya apahrita jnana, those whose knowledge, jnana, has been stolen away by maya, by illusion, those whose intelligence has been stolen away by illusion, and those who are demoniac, asuram bhavam, those who are demoniac by nature, those who are wicked, cruel by nature. Such people, na mam prapadyante, they don't surrender to me. Such dushkritina. Kritina means to do something very nice with some good ability, and dushkritina means perverted activities. Perverted activities. See, we all have ability to do something. Some use it in the right way and some misuse it. A terrorist also uses ability to shoot and throw bombs, but in a very cowardly, cruel, wicked way, where they kill innocent people who don't have a chance to fight back. And when the law enforcement surround them, they shoot themselves. Is that bravery? They feel holding some assault rifles and some hand grenades, they become very brave, very powerful. Actually, they are very, very cowardly, weaklings. The real Kshatriya will challenge the opponent face to face, give an opportunity to the opponent to pick up their weapons. And then, with full warning and challenge, they will fight man to man, face to face. Not like today's warfare. You just blow up some bombs, or you suddenly enter with an assault rifle in a hotel or in a school and you start shooting. Or you take a gun and or take pepper spray and overpower the pilots and take over the plane and just crash it into a building. Suicide, terrorist attacks. These are all acts of cowardice. So these are lowest among mankind. Such people who have demoniac nature, they don't surrender to Krishna. Krishna is saying. 4 types of people don't surrender. Now in this purport, Srila Prabhupada raises a very important question. Srila Prabhupada says that Lord Krishna has stated in Bhagavad Gītā that just by surrendering unto him, unto Krishna, we can attain eternal life of bliss. We can get freedom from material existence, which is full of anxieties. We can go to Vaikuntha. Kuntha means anxiety, Vaikuntha means without anxiety. We can go to that spiritual world where there is no anxiety. So why don't people surrender to Krishna? If it is so straightforward that the real peace formula is just surrender to Krishna, so why aren't all the world leaders, why aren't all the world intellectuals surrendering to Krishna? Why are these people not becoming devotees of Krishna? All the educated people, all the intelligentsia, all the politicians, scientists, inventors, entrepreneurs, why they are not taking shelter of Krishna? Srila Prabhupada asked. If liberation is possible simply by surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality called Krishna, then why don't these intelligent and hardworking world leaders adopt this simple method? Srila Prabhupada raises this question. Isn't it a valid question? Very nice question. Srila Prabhupada himself gives the answer. Why? Why the Bollywood actors and actresses, Filmfare award winners are not taking shelter of Krishna? Why Hollywood celebrities are not taking shelter of Krishna? Why the sports stars are not taking shelter of Krishna? Why the world political leaders are not taking shelter of Krishna? If they are so intelligent, if they are so innovative, why they are not taking shelter of Krishna? The answer is, Srila Prabhupada says, they are not intelligent. They are not leaders. Srila Prabhupada says, the real intelligent people, the real leaders of society, take shelter of Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada gives examples of Lord Brahma. He is the greatest universal leader. He is the creator of this universe. He is chanting Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, Brahma Samhita prayers. Lord Shiva, he has the power to destroy this whole world. He is the husband of the Jagadamba. Amba means mother. The universal mother is his wife, which means Lord Shiva is the universal father. And he is giving us Munindra Vrinda Vandite Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vaktra Pankaje Nikunja Bhu Vilasini Vrajendra Bhanu Nandini Vrajendra Sonu Sangate Kadakarisha Sihamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. Lord Shiva is giving us Shri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stotra. Lord Shiva is begging Narad Muni for the Mahaprasad of Lord Narayan. Lord Shiva is chanting Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varaname. Lord Shiva is telling Sanatan Goswami But please don't leave me. I will tell the mosquitoes not to bite you. Please stay with me. I want your association. Lord Shiva is coming as Sri Advaita Acharya in Gaur Leela. Lord Shiva is appearing as Gopishwar Mahadev in Shri Vrindavan Dham. Asheshwar Mahadev in Nandagaon. You see, these are real world leaders. Shri Kapila Muni, the four Kumaras, the Manus headed by Swayambhuva Manu, Srila Vedavyas, Devala, Asita, Janak Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Shripad Madhvacharya, Shripad Ramanujacharya, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These are the world leaders. These are the real intelligent personalities. Srila Prabhupada is saying. Isn't that a paradigm shift in our thinking? We think that Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Donald Trump or Joe Biden, they are the real intelligent people. No, they are not. We think they are the world leaders. No, they are not. Does anyone know 400 years ago who was the richest man on earth? There must be some richest man on earth. Anyone knows? Anyone cares? 300 years ago, who was the richest man on this earth? There must be somebody, number one richest person, 300 years ago. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. 200 years ago. Nobody cares. So whoever is the richest person now, 100 years from today, nobody will talk about them. Somebody else will be the richest person. You see, this is the nature of this material world. These are not the real leaders. These are not the real movers and shakers. These people really don't count, don't matter. Hollywood stars, Bollywood, who cares about them and their opinion? They're fools, really, wasting their time, running around trees and having affairs and earning money and putting makeup and taking Botox shots on their face. These are not our leaders. Our leaders are Shripad Madhvacharya, Shripad Ramanujacharya, their characteristics, their disciples, Quresh, Dhanurdas, Kalidas. These are our leaders. Haridas Thakur, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. These are the real intelligent people. And what is common among all of them? Hanumanji. What is common among all of them? The common thing is they have all surrendered to Krishna. Which means the really intelligent people, the real leaders, they surrender to Krishna. And anyone who surrenders to Krishna is intelligent. Anyone who does not surrender to Krishna is not intelligent. Simple as that. Jai Bhaje Krishna, Sai Bada Chatur. Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches us. Now, who are the four types of people who don't surrender? Number one is mudhas. These are grossly foolish, hardworking people, like beasts of burden. Like donkeys, they are working in this material world. 16 hours they will work, 14 hours they will work, two jobs, like me. Frothing at the mouth, trying to earn more money, more money, more money. Mudhas, they are fools. Working like donkeys, beasts of burden. They will not sleep properly. Like me, they will eat their meal in the car while driving. So these are fools, materialistic people, just want to earn money. Mudhas, they cannot surrender to Krishna. They're engrossed in this material world. They do ugra karma, excessive toiling, hard work in this world. Second, duskritina. These are miscreants. They are the second type of miscreants. First is mudha. Second type is naradhama. Naradhama are people who are really low class. They are people who are born without Garbhadhan Samskar. They are people who are born in very low class families. Families where there is no Krishna Varta. There is no talk about Krishna. There is no bhakti. They are born in such families. Meat eater families. Families that don't have deities in their house. Families that are very materialistic. Such people are low class. Nara Adhama. They are lowest. Such people don't surrender to Krishna. Low class people. They don't surrender to Krishna. Meat eaters, intoxicators. The other day, I was taking care of a 22-year-old girl. She was admitted because of methamphetamine overdose. And I asked her, you are such a nice young woman, 22-year-old woman. She looked very nice. And so much potential I could see she had. She was talking very politely. Yes, sir. No, sir. Very polite, very nice. I said, I'm looking at your teeth. Your teeth have those very typical marks of drug use. I'm looking at your hands. There are so many puncture wounds I can see you have shot yourself with these illegal drugs. So many track marks are there on your forearms. Why do you do all this? Why don't you just follow the rules, respect the rules, enjoy life in a legal way? There are so many legal things that you can do. Instead of drinking vodka, drink a smoothie, fruit smoothie. Develop taste for that. It's good for health. It tastes good. And it doesn't kill your brain and your liver and your stomach like alcohol does. Doesn't burn your stomach, doesn't destroy your liver, doesn't cause dementia, shrinkage in your brain like alcohol does. Why do you drink alcohol? Why do you do all these drugs? She was actually an inmate. She was arrested. I said, now you are in jail. There are 2 cops sitting in the room as I examine this girl, this woman. I said, why do you do that? She said, this is what I have been exposed to from my childhood. Both my parents are inmates. Both my parents are incarcerated because they were also into drugs. So this is Naradhama. Very low class birth, low class family, and absolutely no samskars. Such people, what hope do they have of pursuing a life of transcendence? So Naradhama, very unfortunate. Our Nityananda Prabhu is expert in delivering such low class people. Verse number 3, category 3. Maya apa Hrita jnana means their knowledge is stolen away. Why? By Krishna's illusory potency. These are the entrepreneurs. These are the scientists. These are the inventors. These are the people who speculate on the stock market. These are the people who are smarty pants in this material world. They pass off as very smart people. बहुत दुनियादारी आती है उन्हें. ऐसे लोग very smart. They know exactly where to go for the vacation and get the best deal on Airbnb. How to get the cheapest air tickets. How to buy the most lucrative stock. How to make maximum money by working minimum. These people, they are smarty pants of this material world. They are actually Maya Aparita Jnana. Why? Because their knowledge is all in the wrong direction. They will never surrender to Krishna. Because all their mental faculties are busy scheming and planning and enjoying this material world. And the 4th category of people who do not surrender to Krishna are those who are Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. These are people who are just evil. These are the people who are rapists. These are the people who murder, who kidnap. These are the people who swindle people of their money. They do identity thefts. They steal passwords. They steal fake IDs. These are just people who are antisocial. Antisocial. They're just no good. These are the people who end up in jail. They are called Asuram bhavam ashrito, murderers, terrorists. Such people cannot surrender to Krishna. Cannot. Because to surrender to Krishna, your heart has to melt, my dear friends. Heart has to melt. Heart has to be very soft. Heart has to be para dukkha dukhi. A Vaishnava will not even cause harm to an insect. Look at Mrigari. So we saw the story of Mrigari a few days ago from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Does not even want to cause harm or pain to insect. Look at Jada Bharat. So to get Krishna, the heart has to become very soft. Prabhupada said, when he was asked, how do we recognize your disciples? Prabhupada said, my disciples will be perfect gentlemen and ladies. They'll be gentle in their behavior. They will be very kind, polite, caring, good citizens. This is basic. One cannot get Krishna. So these are the 4 types of people who don't surrender to Krishna. Last verse for today. We'll wrap up in just 5 minutes. Verse number 16. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritinarjuna arto jidnyasur artarthi jnanicha bharatarshabha. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. And there are 4 types of people who do surrender to me. And who are they? They are Sukritino. Jana Sukritino Arjuna. Oh Arjun, they are Sukritina. Those were Dushkritina. They have ability, but they use it in the wrong way. My Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, was giving a lecture in IIT Mumbai, Powai. This was 1998. And this was not 1998. There was another lecture. This was in 2002. And he was giving a lecture in IIT Powai, Mumbai. And the students were there, and also some professors also had attended the lecture. Usually the professors would not attend the lecture, satsang that would happen in IIT, but because Maharaj had come, they came. It was a special program. Usually when the brahmacharis would go, only students attended. So Maharaj was giving a class, and I heard the recording. Maharaj gave the class, and during question answers, one professor of IIT, he asked a question. He said, Swamiji, you gave a nice presentation about Krishna Bhakti and the importance of devotion. But I feel devotion will not really give satisfaction to the heart. What will really give satisfaction to the heart is innovation. Innovation. These young boys and girls that you're preaching to, you should teach them how to be innovative, how to be creative. By being creative and innovative, we can get real satisfaction. Not by doing same thing again and again and again. That same mantra you are chanting, that Hare Krishna Mahamantra, every day I see these boys and girls with their mala, same mantra they are chanting again and again. That same Aarti Mangal Aarti every day, same Guru Puja every day, that same Bhagavatam again over and over and over again you are reading. Even Prabhupada's purports are same, repetitive. No. Innovative. Teach them to be innovative. Then they will become satisfied and happy. That came Maharaj's reply to him. This 2002. Maharaj said, the terrorist attack in America, 9/11, it was as innovative as it gets. Where in the history of mankind people have hijacked 3 airplanes at the same time and crashed them into public places to cause such damage. This has never happened. 2 twin towers gone, Pentagon destroyed. This never happened. Those terrorist attacks were as innovative as it gets. They were carried out with great intelligence and innovation and creativity. Creative, new ideas. They came as immigrants, they went to Florida, they got aviation license, they got trained in how to fly an airplane. They had everything planned very meticulously, very innovatively. But is that good? Maharaj said being creative and innovative is not enough. The question is, for whose pleasure are you becoming creative and innovative? So Maharaj explained. Maharaj said, we are also very creative. We also have nice festivals like Jhulan. We use our creativity how to create the best garland for Radha and Krishna. What combination of flowers are good? How the pattern will change? Will it match with their dress? Oh, today we'll have a peacock feather dress. Today we'll have a flower dress. Today we'll have this outfit, that outfit. This is the creativity. This is the innovation. Srila Prabhupada innovatively used dictaphone. Never before had it been used. Brilliant. Prabhupada wrote his books through dictaphone. Dictaphone. What an innovation. So Maharaj said that devotees use tremendous creativity and innovation. But it is all for the service of Krishna, all for the pleasure of Krishna. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. That is the difference. And that is what we are teaching. How to use your creativity in the service of Krishna. Life membership program, food for life program, book distribution, and building temples from book distribution. How innovative is that? That you are giving transcendental literature, and the money that comes, you're using it to build temples and print more books. It is as innovative as it gets. It has never been done before. No one could think that by distributing transcendental literature like Śrīmad Bhagavatam and Krishna books, one could fund an entire movement of 108 temples in the 1970s. Unthinkable. Nobody had done that. Prabhupada, genius, creative, but for the service of Krishna. So there are 4 types of sukritina. Those are dushkritina, but these are sukritina. They do things, but for the pleasure of Krishna. And 4 types of people who surrender to Krishna. Who are they? Arti, those who are suffering. Those are in distress. Artha arti, those who want wealth. Jidnyasu, those who are inquisitive. And Jnani, those who just are looking for the absolute truth, Krishna. Such 4 types of people, they approach Krishna in one way or the other. Those who are in distress, those who want wealth and money, those who want to get their questions answered, those who are just inquisitive. Really, is this world just accidental, like the scientists want me to believe? Big Bang theory and nature's selection and theory of evolution, everything is happening randomly? Or is there some creator, some intelligence behind this whole world? How the seasons are changing, how the DNA is there, so many forms are there. There is symbiotic association in this world. Is it just accidental or is it by design? Such inquisitive people will also approach Krishna. And finally, those who are simply looking for God. They are already convinced that I am Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. They know. But who is Param Brahma? I am looking for that. I am Atma, I know, but I am looking for the Paramatma now. Such people, they are inquisitive. They are looking for the absolute truth. They are called Jnani. They want the supreme person. They are looking for the supreme person. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. So these 4 types of people surrender to Krishna. Krishna is saying. And they are very, very great. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Jana sukritino Arjuna. They are called sukritina because they approach Krishna. Instead of approaching the demigods, instead of approaching so many other people, so many things, sense gratification, they are approaching Krishna. And there are examples of all 4 of them. Examples of Arti, one who is in distress and approached Krishna and got Krishna as a result, is Gajendra. He was in the jaws of the crocodile, suffering for a long time, bleeding. Finally, he couldn't take the pain anymore. The crocodile was about to drag Gajendra underwater and kill. Offered beautiful prayers that led to his moksha, Gajendra moksha prayers. Gajendra Stuti. He glorified Krishna, prayed to Krishna in distressful condition. That is called Arti. Artha Arthi, those who want Artha, those who want wealth. Dhruv Maharaj. He wanted a kingdom greater than his father. Maharaj Uttanapad, greater than his father, greater than his grandfather Swayambhuva. He wanted a great kingdom For that, he approached Vishnu. He wanted wealth because he was shunned away by his own stepmother. Example of Jigyasu, just they are inquisitive. They want to know, they are curious to know about something, something higher. They're just curious. How sometimes Katha is going on and some people just come and sit. Hey, I'm just curious, just trying it out. So curious people, they have questions. They want their questions answered. They're curious, Jigyasu, inquisitive. That is Shaunakadi Rishis in Naimisharanya. They ask so many questions to Sutta Goswami. That is an example of Jigyasu. Another person who is Jigyasu is Tapan Mishra in Chaitanya Bhagavad. He also so many questions he wanted to ask. What is sadhya? What is sadhana? I wanted to answer. He approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and got Krishna. Jigyasu, inquisitive people. Now some people, they have no inquisitiveness. They're just busy watching cricket game or basketball, and you tell them, hey, there is Bhagavad Gita class, would you like to come? Not interested, because they have no inquisitiveness. They have no curiosity about Krishna. So they don't surrender to Krishna. But those who are curious, those who are inquisitive, they approach Krishna somehow. Jigyasu. And Gyani. Example of Gyani is the Chatush Kumar, the 4 Kumar brothers. They were already Brahman realized. They were just looking for the absolute truth, Krishna. And they found Krishna in Vaikuntha. So like that. 4 types of pious people approach Krishna. Those who are in distress, those who are impoverished and they are looking for relief from their poverty-stricken condition, those who are inquisitive about something higher, and those who are simply looking for the absolute truth. They are looking for the Bhagavan. They approach Krishna because they're looking, they're searching. Like that. Therefore, we see, my dear friends, out of these 4, the most common is distressed. People who are in distress, they are the most common people who approach Krishna. And therefore, we should not think that distress in our life, problems in our life are necessarily bad. No. They may be very strong impetus for us to surrender to Krishna. And surrendering to Krishna means no more problems in this world, no more rebirth in this world. Na tad bhasyate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gatam. Once we get Krishna, we don't have to come to this miserable world again. And to get Krishna, we need impetus. And most often that impetus is distress and suffering in this world. That's what wakes us up from our complacency and turn towards Krishna. So whenever we are in trouble, we should make sure we turn to Krishna and we surrender to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But out of these 4, the best is one who is simply a Gyani, simply looking for Krishna because he's searching for Krishna. He already knows I'm spiritual, but I'm looking for the Supreme Spirit, Krishna, Param Brahma. They are the best. Why? Because they are looking for Krishna, not relief from suffering. They are not looking for Krishna's money. No. They are not looking to relieve some intellectual itch, some inquisitiveness. No. They are directly looking for Krishna. So of these 4 people who surrender to Krishna, the Gyani is the best because they have no other motive, just Krishna. I'm searching for the absolute truth. They are the best. So similarly, we should also approach Krishna without any ulterior motive. Hari Bol. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Bhagavad Gītā ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop here. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Satyarupa Mataji or Janani Mataji, you can, let me see 1 second, let me just make some. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, just wanted to know, there is this Dushkritinas. Can we directly think like this, that the Dushkritinas are all demigod worshippers and the Sukritinas are all Krishna devotees? Or is it
The-
possible that Krishna devotees are also sometimes, because we see here Mudas, it is written that they work for material sense pleasure. We all have to go to corporate offices, and we all also have kids at home, and we have to look after them. So how do we
Yes,
understand
but if somebody is engaged in material things, but is also devotee of Krishna, then he is not Dushkritina, because Dushkritina, the main criteria is they don't approach Krishna. Namam Dushkritinu Muda Prapadante. They don't surrender to Krishna. So if somebody is a devotee of Krishna, somebody identifies himself or herself as a devotee of Krishna and is chanting Krishna Nam, worshipping Krishna, then that person cannot be Dushkritina. That person is a Vaishnava. Now, Vaishnava, there are different categories. Maybe a Kanishtha Vaishnava, maybe Madhyam Vaishnava, maybe Uttam Vaishnava. So that is there, but Vaishnava. They are not Dushkritina. They are Sukritina.
So the Dushkritinas might be, we can say they are demigod worshippers, or
Yeah, or Ravan was a demigod worshipper. Even Hiranyakashipu was demigod worshipper. Ravan worshipped Shankar Bhagwan. Hiranyakashipu worshipped Brahmaji. Vrikarasur worshipped Lord Shiva. So they were all demigod worshippers. So demigod worshippers may be demoniac if they don't surrender to Krishna. But then there are some demigod worshippers who are very sincere and they surrender to Krishna. Like Chandidas, he was a devotee of Chandi, Durga Devi. Therefore, his name was Chandidas. He became such a great Vaishnava that his poetry, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing in Gambhira, in the Ante Leela. Chandidas. So like that. So some demigod worshippers, they become very great devotees of Krishna. But some who worship demigods for material results, they remain on that platform of Dushkritina.
okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhuji, that Asuram Bhavam Ashrita, can we take it as other religion people? Those are again
Asuram
Krishna.
Bhava Ashrita, can we take as?
Other religion people, those who don't worship Krishna, like Muslims and Christians, those who don't believe in Krishna.
Krishna is unlimited, and Krishna presents himself to people in different ways based on Desh Kala Patra. So there may be some Muslims or Christians or Jews who worship God as the Supreme Lord. So they are worshipping Krishna only. They may call Krishna as Allah, or they may call Krishna as Jehovah, or different names, Yao. But they are worshipping the Supreme Lord. So they are worshipping Krishna only in a different way. Like Surya, in India we call Surya. In America we call Sun. Same God, but different names. So similarly, Krishna has many names. Namnamakari Bahuda Nija Sarvashakti. It all depends on the bhav and the conception. If someone is bowing down to Allah, thinking that Allah is the supreme, Allah is the creator of everything, Allah is everyone's maintainer, then he's worshipping Krishna, because that is Krishna.
Then that is not Asuram Bhavam Ashrita.
That is not Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. If they are properly following Islam, or they are properly following Christianity, or they are properly following Judaism, then they are Vaishnavas.
Okay,
Because Prophet Muhammad is a Vaishnava. Prophet, the word prophet means he's a messenger of God. And Lord Jesus Christ is the Son of God. So they are true followers, they are Vaishnavas, just like us. So we should respect them. Srila Prabhupada was asked this question about Islam and Christianity. Srila Prabhupada gave a very nice example. Srila Prabhupada said, you know how in the garden or park, kids, they are playing with those gas balloons, halogen balloons, helium balloons, they go in the sky. So Prabhupada said there are different color balloons. Some are red balloons, some are blue balloons, some are white balloons, some are orange balloon, some are shape of heart, some are the shape of Mickey Mouse, different shapes, but you fill helium gas and all the balloons will go up. It's not that only red balloon will go up and white balloon will not go up. No, any balloon will go up as long as it has got helium. So Srila Prabhupada says, it doesn't matter whether you're Hindu, Muslim, Christian, you'll all go up as long as you have the right conception and you're following properly, you're surrendering properly, you're following the rules and regulations. You have faith. That helium is the faith. If you have true Shraddha, then whether you are believing in Jesus Christ or you're believing in Moses, or you're believing in Prophet Muhammad, or you're believing in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will go up. You will go up. So from the point of view of Tattva, if they are following properly, they are all Vaishnavas. So where is the difference? The difference is in terms of rasa. Islam, it is more of an impersonal conception of God, that Allah is the greatest, the supreme Lord. And in Christianity, also it is like God is our Father, and He provides for us. So it's more Shantaras. In Islam, it is more impersonal conception of God. We should not draw a painting of God, of Allah, or we should not make a murti of Allah. That is forbidden. And so it's more of an impersonal understanding of God. And in Christianity, it is more like Shantaras, that I belong to God, and God is my provider. Please protect. God will protect me. God will provide for me. Give us our daily bread. Forgive our sins. Do not lead us to temptation. So God is the maintainer. God is but there is no concept of I will serve God. I will feed God. I will dress up God. I will play holy with God. So that intimacy is not there. So in rasa, there is huge difference between Islam and Christianity and Judaism and Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Vrajras. We are followers of Vrajras, Vraj Bhakti. So Vraj Bhakti is a completely different concept where there is tremendous sweetness and intimacy. That is not even found in the so-called Hindu Dharma or Sanatan Dharma. No. That is also Aishwaryamaya. Even Dwarka is Aishwaryamaya. Even Ayodhya is completely Aishwaryamaya. Even Ahobalam and Lord Narsimhadev Upasana is Aishwaryamaya. Lord Lakshmi Narayan Upasana is Aishwaryamaya. So these are all different. So in Rasa there is difference. In Tattva there is no difference. In Tattva there is. Srila Prabhupada said, those who follow Jesus Christ properly, they will go to Brahmalok. And then Lord Brahma, being a great Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharya, he will take them to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. So they are all truly blessed. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada, when he went to Iran, and Srila Prabhupada was giving a class, and namaz was being Allahu Akbar Allah on the loudspeaker. So Prabhupada closed his eyes and he stopped. And he allowed the namaz or those prayers to be chanted. And then after it was over, Srila Prabhupada opened his eyes and said, wasn't it beautiful? It is beautiful, because see, Muslims also 5 times a day, they will, wherever they are in the world, they will turn towards Mecca, where their prophet Samadhi is there, and they will bow down. Are we doing that? 5 times a day, are we thinking of Prabhupada? Prabhupada Samadhi is in Vrindavan. Where is Vrindavan? Krishna Balaram Mandir. Let me bow down to Prabhupada. 5 times a day they are doing. So we Vaishnavera gunagrahi na dekhaye dosh. Kaya mana vakya kare Vaishnava santosh. A true devotee will not see faults in others, but will see the good things. There are so many good things in them. So we should see the good things. Once Srila Prabhupada was asked, so what is the difference between Islam and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission? And what is the difference between Jesus Christ, Christianity, and your Krishna consciousness movement? What is the difference? Srila Prabhupada said, that is not an intelligent question. Better question is, what is the similarity between Islam, Christianity, and Gaudiya Vaishnavism? That is an intelligent question. If you want to ask that question, then come sit. We will discuss what is the similarity. Difference, you want to fight? Why you are asking such silly question? What is the difference? Means you are ready to fight. No. Ask, what is the similarity? How we can come together? That is a more intelligent. Prabhupada said like that. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Last question, Divya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I wanted to ask about suicide. What's your view on suicide? Because I know like 2 people. One was a 36-year-old woman, 2 beautiful children, and a loving husband. And for no reason, she like committed a suicide. And there was another, my son's school's nurse. She told me her 24-year-old son, everything was okay in his life, and he just ended his life. So I'm just wondering, doesn't it take courage to end your life? And I mean, what category of people do they come in?
It
Who
takes
just like choose
courage.
to?
It takes courage to face life. Committing suicide is not the path for a spiritualist. Never. In no religion, and especially in Vaishnavism, there is no place for suicide. It is not, committing suicide is not the act of a spiritualist. It is just not. Because birth and death is in the hands of Krishna. Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tohar, nityadasa tua, nityadasa prati tua adhikar. It is Krishna's prerogative. How long we live, when we die, it is in Krishna's hands. A devotee never takes that upon himself, that I cannot bear to live now, so I'm very sad, I'm very depressed, I'm going to end my life. That is not the behavior of a spiritualist. That is not a behavior of a Vaishnava. And those who commit suicide, they are taking the position of God, because they are deciding when they have to die. And therefore, they are liable to be punished. According to Prarabdha, according to our previous karma, when we get this body, we are destined to die on a particular day and time. Just like a medicine, when a medicine is manufactured, or a chocolate is manufactured, or milk is manufactured, or packaged, it comes with an expiration date. This date, don't use after that. Similarly, our human body, when we are born, we have a birthday and we also have a predestined death day, all of us, based on our karma in our previous lifetimes. That is called prarabdha. So that prarabdha is given to us, that this is what you are going to face in this life. What age we are going to get married, what age we are going to graduate, how much money we are going to earn, all this is predestined. This is called prarabdha. Now, what we do with this in this life, that is free will. So destiny and free will, both are interplaying at all times. We have enormous free will and we have a rigid destiny also. We are like a dog on a leash. Is the dog on a leash independent? Not really, because there is a leash. But within the leash, there is plenty of flexibility. The dog can bark, the dog can jump, dog can poop, dog can drink, dog can eat while being on the leash. The leash is our destiny, prarabdha. But within that prarabdha, we have plenty of free will. So I hit somebody or I hurt somebody, I cannot say, oh, that is your destiny. No. That was use of my free will. But now suddenly I find myself, I have got, like just today, I took care of a patient. I was consulted on a patient, very nice 70-year-old gentleman. When he was 50 years old, the primary care physician offered a colonoscopy. And somehow he, 20 years ago, it was not so much in fashion to get colonoscopy. Now, of course, there are so many recommendations by the USPSTF. So many people get colonoscopy or stool occult blood test. But anyway, he declined at that time. And now he was having his annual physical on literally like 1 week ago. And they found that he is anemic. And last year he was not anemic. So they investigated and they found that he's having some blood in his stool. So they did a colonoscopy and he's got a huge cancer in the right colon. So he underwent surgery. When they opened him up, they found there was cancer everywhere. His entire peritoneum was studded with tumors. His liver was studded with tumors. So we did a CT scan of his chest. There are tumors in both his lungs. So it's a stage 4 and we did a biopsy. It's a very aggressive form of colon cancer. So he has no hope. He will not live for more than a couple of months. So what is this? This is prarabdha. This is prarabdha. When you were born in India, now suddenly you are in America. How did you come here? This is prarabdha. When things happen naturally in our life, that is prarabdha. But what we do with our own free will, with hard work, that is our destiny. So both are there. Free will is also there and destiny is also there. It is always interplaying. And for us, it is very difficult to understand what is what. One rickshawala in Vrindavan, he drives that electric rickshaw all day. One day he drove that electric rickshaw all day and he earned 300 rupees. When he came home, his wife was sick. So he took her to the doctor. Doctor wrote a prescription. He took the prescription to the pharmacy. It was 400 rupees medicines. So he earned around 300 rupees and he spent 400 in that day. So it was a loss. Next day, some devotee told him that, Prabhuji, you are a Brajvasi. I have come here. Now I'm going back to Bombay. Can you give me some Vrajraj? I want to take some Vrajraj. Vrajvasi should give. So he went and he was collecting some Vrajraj. As he was collecting, he found a plastic bag underground. Just shallow. It was buried just underground. He took it out and there was literally several thousand rupees there. So he took it to his guru. And his guru said that you donate it to the temple, but you also keep so much because I know you are honest rickshawala and you need money, your wife is sick. So you keep. So the guru said, you keep 1,000 rupees for yourself and remaining you donate it to Bhagwan because this Krishna has given you, Radharani has given you this money, seeing that you are having a difficult time. So see, he earned 200, he lost 400 and then next day he got 1,000. This is prarabdha. You didn't do anything special, it just happened. So things naturally happen, that is prarabdha. Based on prarabdha, we enjoy and suffer in this world. But if we prematurely kill ourselves, suppose I was supposed to die in 2025, but in 2022 I kill myself, then for 3 years I will have to be a ghost. I will not get a gross body. I will have to live as a subtle body. Because Krishna had given me this body for till 2025, but I prematurely ended it in 2022. So 3 years I will not be, another material nature will not give another body to me. It's my mistake. So then I have to just wait as a ghost. So what happens in the ghostly life? I have got so many desires because the subtle body is there, mind is there. So many desires are there, but there is no gross body to fulfill it with. It's like being in a mall with no money. You want to buy this, you want to buy that, you want to eat that, but there is no wallet. You forgot your wallet. You cannot buy. That is a condition of a ghost. And we become a ghost if we commit suicide. So one should not commit suicide. Mahaprabhu says this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antilila chapter 4. Hare Krishna. He tells it to Sanatana Goswami. Is that okay? Divya Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. I had one more question. You spoke about, the section of people who are working like 14 hours, working all the time. I mean, I can relate to it because I feel like I'm working all the time and then I'm actually forced to work all the time and then not eating properly, not sleeping properly. But what if you're put in that situation not by choice, but by helplessness, like vivashta, that you are in that situation and you don't want to be, when you have to, work like that? Like, then what do you do?
We have to just pray to Krishna to help us, and Krishna will certainly deliver us. Krishna will help us. Rupa and Sanatana Goswami were in that situation. They were prime minister and home minister of the king. Very busy. We are not busy. They were super busy. Day and night they were serving. The Nawab used to enjoy, Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions, Nawab used to enjoy an entire management of the entire state of Bengal, country of Bengal was under Rupa and Sanatana. That time Bengal was West Bengal and whole Bangladesh. It was controlled by Rupa and Sanatana Goswami as Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. They were super busy. But they prayed to Krishna, they prayed to Mahaprabhu. And in due course of time, they were completely delivered. And then they had all the time in the world for bhajan. Then they are just in Vrindavan, Hey Radhe Vrajadevike Chalalite, Hey Nandasuna Kutha. They are just calling out to Radha and Krishna in complete bliss and transcendental emotions. So that time will come. If we pray to Krishna, Krishna will deliver us, and a time will come when we will have all the time we want for Krishna bhajan. Krishna will fulfill that. We have to just wait, bide our time and pray to Krishna. Taddenu kampam susamikshaman. Susamikshaman. We have to wait. Wait for Krishna's mercy. Okay?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. It's quite late, 10 o'clock. See you all at 3:30 in the morning for our japa session. Śrīmad Bhagavad Gītā ki जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी। हरि हरि बोल। Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.